Good morning, everyone. Want to just show you the power of AI with NotebookLM. So the interesting thing about this is that this is a YouTube video that I actually watched. So I took the YouTube link and I shared it with NotebookLM. And what NotebookLM is doing is it kind of is what I like to do is watch podcasts on a subject, just to get the high level, high points of a topic. Whether I like or dislike the podcast, it'll then spur a moment if I really want to dive in and learn that topic. Or am I passionate enough about after listening to something or the summary of something to actually go into it? It's kind of like a preview. So kind of like when I pop on Netflix or I pick up a book and I look at the back of it and say, give me a little preview of what it's about. So, that's kind of how I view NotebookLM in my mind, as psychotic as that might be. But the interesting thing is this is an AI, these two AIs talking about a video that it's going to reinterpret to us and have a conversation. So here we go.
Ever feel like the world's changing so fast, it's making your head spin?
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Well, you are not alone.
Nope.
That's why today we are diving deep into Howard Gardner's 5 Minds for the Future.
Yes, the 5 Minds.
We found this amazing YouTube video by Sarah Orendorff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And she breaks it all down, like why these 5 minds are like essential for not just surviving, but thriving.
Right, in this crazy world, right.
Yeah, exactly. So, ready to get our minds blown?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, so Gardner lays out these 5 minds.
Yeah.
We've got the disciplined mind.
Okay.
The synthesizing mind, the creating mind,
Yes.
the respectful mind, and the ethical mind.
Right, and these are more relevant than ever, I think. I mean, even though Gardner wrote about them a while ago.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's scary how much they apply to, like, everything going on.
Yeah,
now.
totally.
Like, take the disciplined mind for a sec. It's not just about, like, acing your exams, right? It's about mastering a skill, really going deep, which is so hard these days.
Oh, it's so hard.
Right, like with all the distractions and everything.
Seriously. I mean, how many times do you sit down to, like, read something and then 10 minutes later you're scrolling through social media?
Oh my gosh, all the time. I'm like, wait, how did I end up here? So how do we even, like, cultivate that kind of focus, that deep dive into a subject?
Well, the video mentioned technology as a huge distraction, which, duh, right? But it's also about, like, having strategies.
Okay.
Like, Cal Newport talks about deep work, that book.
Yeah.
Scheduling focused time, turning off notifications, like almost like training your brain.
Yeah, like a mental muscle.
Exactly.
And speaking of mental muscles, let's talk about the synthesizing mind. I mean, how do we make sense of all the information out there?
Right. It's overwhelming.
It's like drinking from a fire hose. So, synthesizing mind, break it down for us.
So it's about more than just like skimming headlines or reading a few articles.
Right.
It's about looking at things critically, evaluating your sources.
Fact checking, all that.
Exactly. Looking for biases, like, are they leaning one way or the other? And then connecting the dots, like finding the patterns and the important takeaways.
Okay, so it's like being a detective, but for information.
Yes. Like Sherlock Holmes, but for the internet age.
I love that. Okay, next up, the creating mind.
Ooh, yes.
This one sounds like extra cool.
It's about going beyond what's already there, thinking outside the box, innovating, coming up with new solutions. It's not just for artists either.
Right.
Everyone needs a creating mind.
To solve problems and stuff.
Exactly. Like in any field, you're going to run into challenges that need creative solutions.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay, onto the restrictful mind. If everyone had this one, the world would be a much better place.
For sure. And it goes beyond just being polite.
Yeah.
It's about truly understanding different perspectives,
Yeah.
Even if you completely disagree, it's about trying to see where the other person is coming from.
And that's hard sometimes, but so important.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in today's world, like we've got to be able to bridge those divides.
Totally. Okay, last but not least, the ethical mind.
Right.
This one feels like super relevant with all the technology stuff going on.
Oh, absolutely.
Like the video mentioned AI and data privacy, all that.
It's a whole new ethical landscape.
Yeah.
Right?
So how do we, like, navigate that?
Well, the ethical mind is about asking those tough questions. Like, what are the consequences of my actions?
Right.
Am I using this technology responsibly? Am I considering the impact it might have on, like, future generations even?
So it's not just about, like, knowing right from wrong. It's more complex than that.
Way more complex. It's about, like, really wrestling with these difficult questions. There aren't always easy answers.
Right, right. So we've covered all 5 minds, and I'm already like thinking about which ones I need to work on.
Me too. And that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
It's not just about like learning about these minds, it's about actively cultivating them.
So like, what if Gardner was right? What if these 5 minds are really the key to not just surviving, but thriving in this future that's like always changing? What do you think people should do to like start developing these minds?
That's the big question, isn't it? I think it starts with awareness.
Okay.
Like just knowing about these 5 minds is a huge first step.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like actively looking for opportunities to like practice them, whether it's in your work or your relationships or just, how you approach learning new things.
Right, like make it a conscious effort.
Exactly.
So even though the future might have been a little like overwhelming or uncertain,
Oh, for sure.
with these 5 minds as our guide, we can not only adapt, but actually shape the future we want to see.
I love that. It's empowering, right?
Yeah, totally.
Like we're not just passive passengers on this ride. We can actually steer the ship.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe we'll even enjoy the journey a little bit more along the way.
Absolutely.
Well, that's it for our deep dive today.
Until next time.
But keep those 5 minds in mind. You never know when they might come in handy.
You never know.
Wow. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
So there you have it. 2 AIs chatting about a YouTube video. What a way to train or start a topic or discussion, or just kind of like for me, get the bullet points out of a conversation and drop into this to simplify it to me or to give me a different perspective. But thanks for watching.